Martin, many thanks for joining us and speaking to BloombergQuint. First thing first, what kind of customers and demand are you eyeing from the new GLE?
I think we have a lot of customers who are very successful in their lives, professionally, privately. They are of all walks of life. A lot of them are entrepreneurs. They are in business families. They're doctors. We're looking at customers who really want to aspire to having a luxury SUV. Here with the GLE, it's something very special. It comes now as a long wheelbase vehicle, which gives you the opportunity, on the one hand, driving itself in luxury, but also sitting in the second seat row, very plush and luxurious. Something we learned from our successful E-Class, and I can think similar customers would be our customers here on the GLE.
Also, you have fitted this, equipped this vehicle with most tech features, health features. What led to that shift in the mindset of bringing all these features to this?
A lot of customers, they also want, on the one hand, they have hard work. On the other hand, they want also to indulge a little bit. They want to spend on themselves. And we think health is a trend which will come, and obviously technology. And here, I wouldn't want to mention our MBUX system, which is our voice-controlled vehicle system user interface. So I think that has a lot of potential, and I'm very confident that the tech-savvy Indians will love it.
All right, and you have sleuth of launches lined up for this year, yes. 10 if I'm not wrong.
10, I hope even more. Yeah.
What gives you the confidence, and why that 10 launches in a year? You don't see many automakers do that.
I think on the one hand we are very bullish on the future development of the Indian market. So when 2019 was a year which caused a little bit of ripples in the auto industry, we felt confident that sentiment will change and we'll be able to grow again from 2020 onwards. So we think for that it is helpful to have the right products and a lot of new cars coming. Specifically, I would want to mention the GLE now, but we launched already in December the GLC and started a complete lineup of refreshment in the SUV segment here. And it will also come later with an A limousine, which will then be more for the aspirational limousine customers. So we're going into that area right now, and I feel the products themselves make us very confident that we will be able to sell them.
And does it also mean you're looking at a larger price range of customers targeting this year? What's the range is going to be for the 10 vehicles that you're looking at?
I mean, as always, our range is you start around 40 lakh, and then it can get much more than that, but the bulk would be between 40 and 80 lakh where we sell our cars. And that is the segment we are successfully operating in, and that's the segment we feel comfortable with.
Right, and talk to you about, we're just going through this prolonged slowdown, the worst industry I've ever seen. How are you able to sort of, sail through this slowdown, and what expansion plans are there for 2020?
I think we were quite successful overall, even though we also took a setback, specifically the first half of the year. 2019 was quite difficult, but then running up to the festive season, we could see sentiment coming back. We had quite a strong customer demand. A lot of customers who had deferred purchases would come back, and then we saw a lot of movement in our showrooms, so that I'm really happy to say from October to December, we sold more cars than we ever sold in an October to December time frame here in India. And that gave us a lot of positive sentiment and, momentum also going into 2020, and creates a lot of confidence also going forward.
Are you eyeing for newer markets within the country, going smaller, deeper into the country as part of the dealership network as well?
Yes, we have had already in the past quite a focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. We continue doing that. There's still a few white spots we see on our India map where we see potential for sale for customers, also for servicing. So what we have been doing, just 2 weeks ago, we opened in Vizag it's actually a workshop with some sales facility, the first in that area of our brand. And we see a huge demand and interest. Already on the first day, I delivered like 30 vehicles. 50 cars were sold in like 2-3 weeks time frame. So a very successful start. So we see a lot of momentum also in these markets. On the other hand, we have to be quite clear, the major cities, and then specifically Mumbai, Delhi, will drive the growth at the same time, because we have to make it there as well. They make 45% of our sales volume. We have to focus on these areas as well. So overall, expansion will happen. We'll add additional dealerships. We'll cross this year very soon.
Any numbers you can give me?
We will cross very soon 100 in the country. And I think that is already quite a suitable footprint, and we will gradually from there move on. But overall, I feel we have a strong position already.
What's the larger theme for you going to be in 2020?
Sorry, I didn't get
larger theme is going to be for you in 2020. This, I'm looking at, focus towards millennials. Is that going to be a larger vision for you?
I mean, there's definitely a big theme for us towards sustainable luxury. We launched 2 weeks ago our new electric brand, EQ. And with that, we will follow in April with the EQC, which is the first product under that brand. And we will focus continuing on sustainability. You saw already today when we spoke about recyclability of our vehicles, also the cleanliness of our vehicles, which hit the highest norms available at the moment, and only BS6, but they definitely heavily undercut BS6 norms with the diesel engines here. So sustainability will be one of the themes. Also electrification, starting of the portfolio, will be a theme we're talking
about cleaner fuel, sustainability approach. Globally we're seeing that companies are moving away from diesel engine. Is that also you're looking at to replace diesel and focus more on EV, hybrids, or more cleaner fuels to begin with?
Quite frankly, I think the diesel we offer now, we don't want to walk away from. Our portfolio is 75% diesel, and I think for very good reasons. Diesel engines are much more efficient, 20-25% more efficient in terms of fuel consumption, and then eventually also of CO2. That is definitely worthwhile considering, and a strong argument for us as well. At the same time, NOx and particulate matters are in these modern engines, they are on levels as they are on petrol engines. So for me, quite clearly, it would not make sense to work away from diesel. They're efficient, they contribute to a cleaner environment, also in the sense of less carbon dioxide output. So that's definitely for us to stay, and I say our engines are really future-proof and will work in that direction.
And lastly, about your outlook for industry as a whole, are you seeing the signs of revival are there? Are you seeing customer coming back? You have had a good growth in last quarter, but are you seeing the customers coming back? The signs of revival are there? What government can do at this point of time?
I think we have seen, I would believe we have seen the market has bottomed out, so to say. And I would expect that latest in the second half of this year, I mean, talking now calendar year 2020, we'll see stronger momentum in the market. For us as a brand, I'm very confident that this will happen. At the same time, I mean, anything the government would do to further stimulate growth in the country, and I wouldn't even want to focus on auto industry alone, will definitely be welcomed by the broader industry that is also our customers at the same time, but also everyone living here in the country will definitely benefit of that.
And just to add one thing, on the electric vehicle, you're going to launch, unveil the vehicle in April with the price. What kind of price are you looking at for that vehicle? And just want to get a sense of the customer as well, because I'm assuming that's going to be on a higher range as far as the pricing is concerned.
I mean, you have to understand that's our first step into the electric segment. So we look into what makes sense to offer there to the customers. It will be attractive, but you have to think of it as a sporty SUV in a luxury setup from Mercedes-Benz. So you don't have to underestimate the price, but not overestimate either. So I think it will be competitively priced, and I hope it's a positive surprise for everyone, specifically when you think then at the end on-road pricing, which definitely will be very attractive.
All right, Martin, it's always a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for time and speaking to BloombergQuint.
Thank you very much. Yeah.